Trust and love that you know that they have for you. Your person loves you and adores you and wants you. But you have to trust in them. You have to trust in the relationship and in the connection. In your 3D, you're not seeing the change happen. You're not seeing the new reflection of the new version of you, which is really just the true version of you. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, my name is Kim. This is Core Union. I wanted to talk a little bit today about how you're actually stronger than you even realize. And sometimes it's when we are tested that we see how far we've actually come. So I know that sometimes a lot of you guys are still in this place where you're doing your inner work, but you're really afraid of something happening in your 3D that's going to knock you off and throw you into a spiral. But sometimes it is those experiences that show us where we are. And I promise you, if you do the work, if you have been doing the work and you've been diligent and you continue to persist and you keep thinking, well, it's not working because I'm not seeing any results. If you could just change that subtle little belief that you have and shift out of it and just trust that it is working. It is working. And you are much stronger than you actually believe. And I'm hoping that this video motivates you to continue and not to give up. Because if what it is that you want to experience in your reality is a deep, sacred, passionate love with the person who is truly meant for you, your true and deepest love, then you cannot give up. You need to persist. And you need to allow the 3D circumstances that are going to come up to show you this is what you need to see so you can let this go. And through that, letting it go and releasing, it might take some work on your shadow, some inner child work, handling your dark, however you want to say it. And I talk about that in a lot of my videos. Or it might just be as simply as recognizing and releasing and letting it go and making a new choice that you're going to trust in love and not fear. But no matter what it is, you actually are much stronger right now than you even realize if you have been doing the work, if you have been persisting. And this is kind of a continuation of yesterday's video of how you will experience exponential growth when you actually realize that you are growing exponentially. And I'll link that somewhere in this video. But before I do get into this video of how you actually are stronger right now than you actually realize, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're loving my content because it helps me grow. And I really do love you guys and appreciate you for that. And if you're looking for coaching, especially if you want to experience the love of your true love, of the love of your life, and you were experiencing the opposite, I know for a fact that I can help you because I've helped a ton of people. And if you're looking for help in terms of financial increase, abundance, bonuses, things like that, if you want to create a new business, I can definitely help you. Please just email me a short description at kim@coreunion.com. Then you can book your session through my website because I made it super easy. You can book either a 30 or a 60-minute session, or you can book a package, which makes regular meeting with me much more affordable, which is the most popular thing that people are doing. So I'm going to use a 3D analogy to kind of explain to you what is actually happening when you were persisting in doing your work, even when you get knocked off, even when you spiral down, even when you have your highs and lows throughout the day. As long as you don't constantly say, this isn't working, I don't know what I'm doing. If you keep getting up when you're knocked down and keep getting up when you're knocked down, it is working and you are getting stronger. Okay, so this is the 3D analogy that I was inspired to share with you. This goes back to, I don't know, let's say around 2000, I don't know, maybe around 2005 or 2006. I just wanted to be happy and I wanted to be my authentic self. So I started to, I was at the time, I was really understanding and learning all of this, what I'm teaching now. And I knew that I wanted to become some sort of a teacher, some sort of a motivational mindset coach, somebody who would be able to, I think maybe at the time I was thinking of it as like a life coach or whatever. And so I started, experimenting in my reality, and I proved to myself year after year after year how powerful this actually is when you just surrender all your trust over into God, and that you start to really trust in your abilities and you start to not believe wholeheartedly what you're experiencing in your reality, and you start to really see that it is just a 3D immersive interactive mirror showing you your limiting beliefs. Why? So you can heal them and let them go and release them. So as you're doing the work, a lot of you guys are continuing to look and be down on yourselves and think that it's not working because you're not necessarily experiencing exactly what your end goal is, exactly what the pure vision is. Say, for example, with you and the love of your life, or with you in the career that you deserve to have, or you just having happier relationships. In your 3D, you're not seeing the change happen. You're not seeing the new reflection of the new version of you, which is really just the true version of you. And it actually is working behind the scenes, but because you're constantly saying it's not working, then your 3D reality is just going to keep going, yes, you're right. It's not working. It's not working. It's not working. You're going to keep proving yourself right. But you're actually, if you've been doing the work for a while and you continue to persist, which means that you continue to pull yourself up and to stay faithful in your end, whether it's stay faithful to the true version of you, and stay faithful to God, and stay faithful to the love of your life, to only seeing them in their highest and best, that they love you and adore you as much as you love and adore them. As long as you continue to persist, you're leveling up without even realizing it if you continue to persist, and you are stronger than I actually believe right now. And I'm going to use a 3D analogy again, like I did in the last video, because I do know that it will help you. You know, I had gone through my life always kind of chunky and heavy. I wanted to become just the authentic version of me, which what I wanted deep down is I wanted to have a strong physique. And I was starting to get really inspired to build muscle. You know, I'm working and stuff, and I had this urge to go to a Gold's Gym nearby. And I signed up without even thinking about it. I signed up for personal training. Long story short, because this is not about personal training or losing weight, after really being diligent and knowing, working out every day, persisting every day, despite the pain that I was in, despite that we would work out and I would literally end up on my knees practically vomiting because, and I'm not even exaggerating, because of how hard I was working out, and how every day I would just continue to persist. If I had pain, I would still show up. If I felt under the weather, I would still show up. If I couldn't go into the gym, I would still work out at home. I persisted no matter what, no matter how I felt. I never let anything get in the way of my workouts. It was my priority. One day came, and this is what the whole point of the story is, that you are stronger than you actually believe. If you just continue to persist, no matter how many times you don't feel good, no matter how many times you get knocked down, if you're in pain, no matter what, you work through your dark, you give that little inner child some love, and you get back over and over and over again, just like I would get back in the gym working out over and over and over again. I was going home with the person I was with at the time. One day she had a bad knee. We were living in a loft, and I think we were on the second or third floor, and we bought a ton of groceries. They were very heavy, and I never could really lift the groceries up the stairs, the amount. So she would always do it. This day, she suddenly hurt her knee, and she was practically in tears. So she said, "I'm sorry, but you're going to have to carry these up." And I literally, without even thinking about, oh, I can't do this. And I hadn't been tested in the 3D yet of my physical strength that I've gotten from the work that I was doing in the gym. I just hadn't been tested. I literally, without even thinking about it, I grabbed all of these groceries and I darted up and ran up the stairs, and I ended up at our place without being winded. It didn't even challenge me physically. I felt like Wonder Woman. It was remarkable, and it was amazing. The reason I want to share this is because you are also stronger than you actually believe, but sometimes it is the tests. Meaning, it's not that you're being tested from the universe or God, but sometimes it is the old story when it comes up that really, when you face it without any fear, even if you are triggered at first, it's okay. It's when you face it and you say, no, I know who I am. Those are the moments that you are seeing how far you've actually come. So don't be afraid of them to come. Allow them to come. Trust in yourself and how strong you've become, how lovable you've allowed yourself to be. And don't worry when they come up, see them. And if you can let them come up and just don't identify with them, just don't allow them to dictate to you who you are or what you're capable of having or being, of whether you're lovable or not, of whether you can be in this beautiful relationship with the love of your life or not. Allow it to come up, because these are just your limits. They're just your old limiting beliefs. They're just the old story. They have to come out. I'm sorry, but they do have to come out, and you have to let them go. And then go back into the trust in the love that you have for yourself. Trust in the love that you know that God has for you. Trust and love that you know that they have for you. Your person loves you and adores you and wants you. But you have to trust in them. You have to trust in the relationship and in the connection. Okay? So I hope that this video helps. I love you guys so much. Have an amazing day. Bye.
Nothing can come, nothing can come, nothing can come between us.